to building our app, let's take a quick look at what we built yesterday. So this was the app. We will first run it. Let's select the device. Now we are running it on Chrome. We can also connect a physical device, or we can run it on an emulator like I told yesterday. As you can see, it is debugging it first, and then it will open up the Chrome application. Because we have built it for the phone screen, so we can resize it and take a look. So this was the app that we built. We gave it a heading with a navigation drawer. And yesterday this image was not coming because instead of PNG, I wrote JPG. So I have corrected it, and this is the image which appears. And there was an home image and then the input. So today we'll be adding a button to it which will teach us how to navigate to other page. And through this navigation drawer, we'll also learn when on clicking on it, we can navigate to other page. So let's begin. And I can also explain you the folder structure. In the library folder, we had the main.dart file, which consisted of the code which ran the app. As you can see in the main function, there's a method called run app, which had the class my app, and which took the content from home.dart file. And the home.dart file consisted of the app bar and the body and the drawer, all the widgets. So to add the button, we'll be working in the home.file only. Below the input method, we'll add the button. So for that, we will first add the elevated button widget. We can do this using elevated button. And as you can see, it has already taken its two properties. And in the child property, we will specify the text that we are going to display on the button. And the text will be store. In the onPressed method, we will specify what are we exactly going to do when the button is pressed. So it will act like a function. We can specify the method here using the navigator widget. We will use the method push to redirect it to other page. The first parameter is passed context, that is, it overall specifies the page that we are going to redirect it to. And navigation basically means routing it to some other page. For that, we will make use of the material page route. The builder, in the builder parameter also, we have to refer to the context. Context will refer to the current page that we are working with, and we will redirect it to second screen. This is the class that we'll be creating in another file. So we have redirected it to second screen, but we have not yet created its Dart file. So we have to do that. And so now we can create the second screen file in the library folder. And in the second screen, we will first of all import the package like we did in all our files. And then we'll create, we are not printing anything on the second page. We are just teaching how to navigate using the page route. So we'll just create the class which we mentioned in the previous file. in the home.dart button section. The name should be the same as it is mentioned here. And it will also be a stateless widget because we are not using anything other than that. In the stateless widget, we'll just add the app bar name and any button that we wish to. Using the build method, this is the regular syntax. By now you should be familiar with this. And this returns the material app package. We are giving the title of the app which will show in the app bar. Using the same scaffold widget, in the second screen, we'll navigate. Let's just give the app bar for now, and the app bar will consist of the title. We are not working much on the second screen now. We'll come back to it later. And after the app bar, we have the body property. In the body property, we'll add a button similar to what we did in the home page. So let's just, you can simply copy the code for the button. The elevated button is also going to be a child, and it has the on pressed function. There are, and through this button we'll be redirecting it to the home.dart file, and so we will mention the home screen class here instead of the second screen. Or we can simply just add the navigator dot pop button. Like in the push, we specifically mentioned what to what page we are redirecting it to, and in the child we can write home because this will give us send us to the home screen. The button is done. So we have, I guess, a few errors because of the commas. So we'll add the commas that we are missing. So what else? Second screen extends a stateless. This is going to be a widget. Sorry, this won't be an element. This will be a widget. And here we need a semicolon. So we are done with the elevated button. And in the second screen, now we are going to run the app. After adding, we have one error here because we can see in the elevated button, first of all, we'll mention the child that we are working with, the button name. Let's put it at first. and we'll add a comma here. Then the onPressed method, it will push the context to the material page route using the builder method. And here we'll have a semicolon. That was the error. The onPressed function is closed, and this comma should not be here. And we are missing a. This is the thing about brackets. If you miss a single bracket, your app isn't going to run properly. Elevated button is closed. Now let's just run the app. It is unable to redirect to the second screen. In the builder method, we have added the context. Okay, and the second screen is created well. Let's work on the, for now let's close the app and rerun it again. And now we will work on the navigation drawer. We'll take a look in the button section again, because it is not taking the second screen. And in the navigation when we click this home icon, we'll have to navigate it to the home page. So for that, in the drawer navigation, we will add a method called onTap. And in the onTap method, we will first similarly, like the navigator will be used, we will first specify the context with which we are working, and then we will pop it out of it. After that, we will add the screen to which we are going to redirect it to, using the same material page route. And we will use the builder method. The home screen class. So let's close it. It is working fine. Let's run the app again. Now we will see when we click on the home, it will redirect us to the home. And similarly, we will create a page for the explore section. For the explore section, let's first add the similar code onTap, like we did for the second tile as well. But instead of home screen, we will here navigate to the explore section. So for that, we'll have to create another file, explore.dart. So it will import the package like we did earlier. And we'll add the class name, class explore, extends a stateless widget. For just navigating it, we are not adding anything extra to it. But while we will work on it and we will create a grid of images on it. We often see in as in the discover button, it is going to be a similar. This now okay. We have to are now and score the from Okay, so there was some network error. Can the speakers in the backend let me know if I am live again?
Yeah, Misha, you are live.
Okay, is my screen visible?
Not now. Can you please reshare it?
Yes, okay. Uh,
Yes, your screen is shared now.
okay, so just the we are in the last part of our app. We'll just be working on the explore section and adding the images, and our app will be done. Let's continue from here. And don't worry for the code. You will receive the code from my GitHub account as well. So we will add padding so that our image appears properly. First of all, we are giving it 0 because we are not specifying anything extra. So let the value be 0 for now, and we'll add the image. For the image URL, we'll have to use the image.network, and here we can specify any image URL, but I'll be making use of the image array, I mean URL array, because I have already kept it copied on my system. So we'll add it here, the array. It is the images array which consists of this URL. You can add any URL of the image, and we can access it using the index, because we'll be making use of its path, and we can add a little bit of style to it. We are just done, and images index, because the name of the array is images, and here there is a list of URLs. You can add even a single URL, and in the fit method, let's remove it for now. And we are done. We'll add just a comma here because our method is closed. So our app is done. Let's run it and see. So when we click on the explore, we can see the grid of images. I have added similar URLs, so the image is repeating. So this is done. So this was the basic app that we wanted to build. We can improve the UI a little bit, like we can add a border to the input, and for the you can yourself play around with the code and add more features to it. This is just a basic app that gave you an idea about how to add the images, buttons, navigations, and other contexts. Above the hint in the text input file, above the hint text, we can add a border, outline, input border. So this is done. And because of hot reload, you can see it is refreshing itself, and you can see the border, it has appeared. So this was the app that we built. You can add more list items here. You can change this icon. So I hope you coded along with me, and if not, you can get the code on my GitHub profile as well. Now let's move ahead, and you can share the my teammates will share the attendance link, and me after a few minutes we'll be having a quiz. So we'll be heading to the quiz. So the members in the backend, shall we begin? Is the
I think
attendance
we should.
link shared?
Yeah, the link has been shared, and I think we should give them 2 minutes to fill up the form, and then we will proceed.
Okay, okay. So this is just going to be a simple quiz of 5 questions, and you'll have to type the option number in the comments. And if you are fast enough, you can also type the question number for so that we don't have any confusion. Okay, so let's begin. We'll be showing the first question. So here's the first question. This is a simple one. Flutter is not a language, it is an SDK. So you can, this is just a 2 option quiz. So you can write. So you have 1 minute to answer. Okay. So let's move ahead to the next question. So which function is responsible for starting the program in Flutter? I told this in the beginning of the session only, which method we use so that the app runs properly. So the answers are coming. Okay, that's nice. After the questions are over, we'll also get to see the correct answers. A lot of are saying third option. Okay, so time is up for second question. Let's move ahead to the third one. Which command verifies correct setup of the Flutter development environment? You do this right after the installation. We run this command so that we can check whether our Flutter SDK is installed correctly. Okay, 1 minute to go. 30 seconds for the next question. At 7:33, We'll move ahead to the fourth question. Okay. So how many types of widgets are available in Flutter? Okay, we are getting a lot of A. Let's see. And the last question is going to come up soon. So this is the fifth question, the last one. In which file do we add the Flutter dependencies? If you have attended the session yesterday, I added the assets folder to which file? That is the answer. 30 seconds more. So we are almost to the end of the session. This is the last question. Time is up now. Let's take a look at the answers. So the answers are, the first question was very simple. Flutter is a language, is not a language, it is an SDK, a software development kit. So that is true. The second question, which function is responsible for starting the program in Flutter? The run app function that is in the main function, but this is the function that is used to specify the widgets. The third question was, which command verifies the correct setup of a Flutter development environment? And it was Flutter Doctor. You can always use this command to specify whether your environments are installed correctly or your softwares are installed correctly. And next was, how many widgets are available? Just two, stateful and stateless. You should not mistake the individual widgets. There was just the types of widgets. And in which file do we add the Flutter dependencies? This is pubspec.yaml. Pub is the manager, package manager, and spec means specification. So here only we add all the dependencies. So I hope you enjoyed the session today, and you can share the completed code in the submission form which you will be receiving tomorrow. And don't forget to RSVP for the final session. Tomorrow is going to be the last session, and you'll get to know about Firebase and also about how you are going to submit the tasks that you did in this Flutter festival. And so that's the end of our session. Don't forget to RSVP. My teammates will share it in the chat. For the successful completion of the Flutter festival, you will receive, the winners will receive swags, certificates, and those who attended the session will also receive certificates and other perks as well. The quiz winners, there is also going to be a quiz tomorrow. Don't forget to join the last session. Okay, so we'll be ending in a minute. If anyone has any doubt, you can ask. And don't forget to fill up the attendance form, those who attended the session. Thank you, everyone.